The industry perspective is a space for those in the industry to speak freely about their experiences without fear of retaliation or a negative review. The views and opinions shared here are solely that of the individual and do not reflect the establishments in which they work. With that said, if you feel offended by these jokes, we weren't expecting to get tipped by you anyway.
Now when you're staring into his soul.
You really just stepped all over that open. I want you to know that.
That wasn't the opening.
That was a good open, and you stepped all the
Well, it's not
fuck
too,
over
it's
it.
not that loud. So
Yeah, no, it's gone now. It's gone. The moment's passed. Cheers.
Cheers. It's cheers.
I'm air cheersing. I'm too comfy right now.
Yeah. Which is my thirst.
Nigga, what?
I don't know.
Huh?
You gonna say it?
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the podcast. We pull back the curtain, give you some
Whoosh.
insight on what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite bar and restaurant. What is called that? The Industry Perspective, which will be live on August 29th at 7 p.m. at the Alamo Draft House. August 29th at 7
The
p.m.
giraffe house?
At the Alamo Draft House.
Oh, okay. You emphasized the draft. I thought you said giraffe house.
I don't know. Isn't Jumanji going to be coming out with another movie soon?
It always is.
Yeah.
Then I guess it will be.
The Rock is bored, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He needs another check.
I mean,
what's up,
ain't doing that.
motherfuckers?
Huzzah! Bitches. There we go. We got it.
How the fuck y'all been, man?
Damn, it's so aggressive. I'm
Yeah, I'm coming aggressive today.
good. Huh?
That's what
Someone
everyone said.
Yeah.
That's what they all said.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right.
Boom.
How the fuck y'all been?
Oh,
He said I'm coming aggressive.
no, he did. And he meant it.
We could move past this.
Yeah, no, I thought we were.
Nope.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, just been busy, working a lot, kicking it, catching up with a lot of friends in the LA area. Yeah, I've just been laying low for the most part, but yeah, still working.
How do you catch up with friends and lay low at the same time?
You do it very intermittently and on your own
a lot
time.
of speakeasies.
A lot of speakeasies, a lot of low lighting. Celsius is catching up now. A lot of low lighting, and then yeah, just doing it on your own time when you can. And,
Okay.
But yeah, I've enjoyed also just kicking it at home and cleaning, laundry. You can take over whenever you want.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. You were going. I didn't want to.
Just letting them flounder over there.
Shit. No, I'm good. We're opening more days, getting a little bit busier, which is weird because summer is just past the halfway point of being over.
Yeah.
But it feels like it just is now starting.
It
Which is
feels
so
like
weird.
hell has started. What the fuck?
Oh, it's been hot as
This
fuck.
humidity is fucking killing me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that
I
bad.
mean, not to bitch about LA weather and
Yes.
whatever, but
that
yo,
feels
hot
good.
is hot. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And especially where I work, even with the AC on yesterday because it's so open as far as the window,
Yeah.
we couldn't keep the place cool. You know,
Yeah.
even with fans blowing all over the place, the AC is supposed to be getting the place to 74. I mean, I had guests sitting at the bar last night that were straight up asking me like, yo, is the heat on?
Yeah.
Like, I had someone ask me that. I'm like, no, it's just we can't cool this place down fast enough, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, the heat feels legitimately oppressive. Like, I was in, like, the production well yesterday, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, everyone's drinks was a little bit saltier because I was sweating all up in that well. And it just, there's nothing I could do about it. I think I might try to wear a headband, but then I just look really weird. It's like, are you going to basketball practice? Like,
Yeah.
why are you just wearing a
You look
headband?
like the guy who just doesn't want to hang it up.
Yeah. It's just like, yo,
You gotta let it go.
just let it go.
Just let it go,
go.
bruh.
But like, I need something to catch this sweat because I am just dripping. I'm melting. And people coming to get their drinks and it's like, are you okay? And then they're coming to me to ask for ice water. And it's like looking at me sweat. It's like, nah, you take the ice water. You need it more than I do. Like, like shit.
I mean, you literally showed up to set today looking like the same thing.
I mean, look, I'm glossed up, baby. I don't know what to tell you.
We've had to wipe him down several times.
That doesn't sound quite right.
Right?
But I've been sharing the oil with all of the castmates.
And you
today.
made it sound so much better. Thanks. So much better.
Yeah, it's been a confusion.
You've been expressing your oils.
Yeah, I've been expressing my
Huh?
oils. Huh? Hey, man, you gotta let that expression fly.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll tell you. No. But
So with you guys opening more, is it because business has been getting better or what?
It's
because
more-
the summer's been
It's more
killing
just
us.
trying to have consistency, so people know that we're open Thursday through Sunday.
ooh, yeah.
So people that come by, they can come back again for another event or whatever it is. Just being open and just having those doors open to. I don't know. Even if like
Yeah.
when I clock in and like 6 people come in, I get to chat to 6 brand new people,
Yeah.
and it's something that I miss dearly from bartending is being able to talk to people, because at my bar I've been working on the outside bar a little bit more so I can chat with people some more. I keep saying more and I can't stop. So it's nice. It's nice to
Yeah.
be able to talk with people and
It's almost
engage.
like you like people. That's such a surprising thing to hear from you.
I like individual persons, but I do hate people. Like when a bunch of people come up to the bar and
Yeah.
they're like hounding me for things, it's like, relax.
Right.
But if
Bet.
an individual person or a group of 3 come in and it's super fucking slow, then yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, hey, how's your day? Let's get to know
yeah,
each other a little
let's
bit.
talk. Or if you just want to sit there and sip your drink and
Yeah. And
Talk to the
sometimes you
person
don't
next to
have
you.
time to sit and talk to guests like
Yes.
that. When you're and I feel like that's what you mean by when a bunch of people come up and they're hounding you. It's everyone wants a drink at the same time, but some people want to talk, some people want to
Yeah.
ask you questions.
Yeah.
You know, last night I was working and I was solo for the last 3 hours, and there were a couple times where people would try to stop me and ask me questions about, you know, what bottles we had, and I would just grab the bottles and put them on the bar and be like, "This is what we got," and just go to the next
I
person.
got
I'll
other
be
shit to
back
do.
whenever you make up your mind.
Yeah.
Do you not see me here by
Read the
myself?
room.
Read the
All right,
room.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic of people not reading the fucking room because
No.
because everybody comes to the bar with their kind of their role in mind of like what they want the bartender to be to them, which I mean it's been a common theme here of people of us trying to. You got to figure out the role you want to play that they want you to play to them and figure out how much you can fit into that role. A lot of times we can't because I just got to play that role for about 20 people and I don't have that much time to talk.
Even if you
about it.
played that role for that person before,
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you can play that role for them right now.
I fall into that trap
Yeah.
a lot because people come in to Redacted and because I had time when it was slow to talk to them and get to know them, there's like, hey, da-da-da, remember you? And then I'm just kind of like, hey, don't quite remember you, but I'll get to you. I'll get you a drink. And then they want to pick up where we left off. And it's like,
Yeah.
we're just in a different circumstance right now. It is 7:00 on a Friday night. Last time you were here at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. And so it's just, I can't interact with you in the same way. And they look so disappointed. And I feel bad about it a little bit.
a little bit.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
Do you have your own version of RBF?
Probably. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly what it is or what it looks like, but I get the sense from the way that people kind of like observe me that they know don't fuck with that guy or don't
Yeah.
ask him too many questions.
I've seen it from outside the
Oh,
venue.
okay,
I've been
cool.
walking-
Okay. So
me
you
and
were-
one of,
you
me
were
and one of our
leading.
mutual friends,
Yeah,
we
okay.
were walking by.
Yeah.
We saw you behind the bar, and I could see it in your shoulders. Because they were like,
His
should we go
shoulders?
in? And I just saw your shoulders, and I was like,
Nah.
leave that man alone. Because you weren't moving, you were just standing there, and you were looking at something, and it wasn't a POS. And I just saw defeat on both shoulders. I was like, nah,
You see,
it's a Sunday
this-
afternoon. On top of it, I
A
was
Sunday afternoon and
yeah.
I got the feet on my
Oh,
shoulders.
yes.
That's fucked
Oh,
up.
yes.
But I yeah, it's very, very, very possible. Yeah, no, it's just one of those things where like the way that I approach someone and talk with them is very much like, hey, how's it going? Love that you're back. What can I get you? I'll get you water as well, and then I'll see you in like 10 minutes. Like I gotta keep it moving because even if it seems slow, my mind is always anticipating like 4 people walking in, and then I got to be ready to kind of like deal with that. Or even at Redacted, like I turn around and like the other 2 bartenders that I'm working with have disappeared somehow. So now I'm also doing all of the tickets and handling the wood, and I just got to be mentally ready.
You serving wood.
Huh? Well placed. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean he's serving wood?
I'm not going to ask follow-up questions on that.
That was more for the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, the actual audience, the people who were here.
Hey, y'all.
That was more of a joke for them.
Oh my God.
If they're going to come in and sit in,
Yeah.
some of the jokes have to be inside.
Yeah, we got to curtail to the audience.
because we ain't outside right now. We inside.
We inside.
Yeah, we ain't outside people. We inside people.
Yeah.
tonight.
So I want to talk about this, the fucking earthquake yesterday.
Yeah.
So he was at work. He came back with X on their break.
Shout out to X, man.
And I was
X is a person.
X is a person.
Just had to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I get it now. Not the platform.
Yes.
Yes.
Um.
I just didn't think we had to
Anyway,
clarify.
so
Yeah.
I'm in my room, right? Because I'm joining my friend Danny and Mike. Shout out to the Raw Dogs on their podcast.
Shout out to the Raw
that
Dogs.
doesn't get a fucking
Yeah.
that we need to fucking what the fuck
Huh?
are the Raw Dogs?
That's what they're called, the Raw Dog.
Yeah.
The Raw Dogs
That's their
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah, their intro's funny. It's what does Mike say? He's like the Raw Dogs podcast where you might catch something. The only podcast where you might catch something. They're funny as shit, man. They're both funny. So
I get that.
they had me on there, and we were, I think it was about an hour or so in, and then they're here, whatever. And I've been drinking a little bit, so whatever. And then like I'm adjusting and I spin in my chair a little bit, and I kind of tap my desk, so it like wobbled a little bit, but then it kept wobbling, and I was like, oh shit, the shots just hit me. Oh shit, the liquor hit me, because I had like 2 shots almost back to back. I'm like, oh fuck. And then I was like, wait, no, because then I hear like the wall mount, the TV wall mount shaking too. I'm like, oh fuck. And then
Oh,
these motherfuckers
shit.
come in like, yo, do you feel that? I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And like the building, you could just hear it and feel it. I was like, oh fuck, it's an
Yeah.
earthquake. And they're on the other side like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, it's a fucking earthquake.
Damn.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit.
Was that the first one you guys both like felt?
first,
That's
Like,
one
I
first
felt.
one I've actually
because
felt.
I felt like
Mm.
little ones, like just tiny little tremors
Sure.
where it just, I can see the key ring that hangs off my mic wiggles out of nowhere.
Okay.
So I felt those, or if I'm laying in bed,
Yeah.
I could just feel that. But this was the one where I actually felt the floor and the building and the walls, everything was moving. I was like, oh shit. And we got it on camera because we were recording with the webcams too. So
yeah,
you
that's
could
right.
see it all visibly. So I'm
That's
excited to
actually
see what they
kinda
do
cool.
with that.
Yeah, me and
So
X.
that was crazy. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, me
Here
and
we go.
X, we came back here because it was on our break, and we had just had a shot and we were drinking a beer, and then we had just hit the bong, both of us.
So, oh, man.
And
just
then all of a
what kind
sudden,
of shit you got
we
in
could
here?
hear the like pots and pans that are hanging like clanking
Oh,
together,
Damn.
and we both looked at each other like, those were baby hits, man. Like we gotta work.
No.
We're
I
still
can
being
imagine
responsible.
If
You know
I'm
what I'm
X,
saying?
I'm looking at you like, what the fuck did you put in there?
Yeah,
Like,
you know, like come on, man. Like we're not being
fucking
irresponsible
crazy.
here. You
Los
have the
Angeles,
right amount.
fool.
Yeah. Well, I was getting off of work. I was stone sober. I was on the 9th floor, like garage, like the top floor of the garage where I park at. I'm never on this floor, but like it just starts like moving as I'm in my car about to leave. And I was just like, oh shit. And I'm thinking like the worst. I'm just like, fuck, if this is like a big one, I'm literally at the top floor of this garage. Like I'm fucked. But then I turn around and like one of the parking attendants is like walking toward me, and he's a bigger fella. And I was just, like, in my head, I was like, no, this is an earthquake. It's not. But I had a thought. I had a half a second thought where I was like, there's no way he's shaking this goddamn. No, It was a 0.5 second thought of mine. It passed really quickly, and I accepted it was an earthquake. But he was walking toward me because he was about to lock the gate, and he was going to lock me on the 9th floor because that's what he does. And I was just like, and he didn't even acknowledge the earthquake. It was kind of weird. But yeah,
I mean,
I'm not.
He was walking.
he knew what the source was. He knew.
You should make that shit sound like you thought you were in an anime like boss battle or something.
Yeah.
Like you're walking up and you're like, oh shit.
No, it was Koopa. Koopa was just like, boom, boom, boom. You moving your car tonight or what?
Like, bro,
like,
I'll
oh,
pay you
shit.
when I get to the gate.
Yeah.
Come on,
like,
man.
come
You
on,
know
man.
me.
You know me. I'm here 4 days a week. I pay sometimes. But yeah.
Sometimes.
I don't pay for parking all the time at my garage. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that shit was.
Shout out to Nick, drug seeker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
allegedly.
speaker.
Mr.
Out here
Allegedly. He
calling
should
places
get
out.
shirts that just say allegedly.
He
Or
should.
this is all alleged.
Yeah.
Like,
He needs to do
let's
that.
say that.
Yeah.
And I know where he can get them made too. So
Message
yo,
him.
please
Tell him.
remind me that.
Yeah.
I can't.
I will try.
both
Well,
the
when you
phones
watch
over
the
there.
tape back.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
text
Let's
him.
hit him up.
Boom.
Get some
Maybe
shirts.
he can make. Hey, actually, merch would be really good for
What's
you,
going
Nick.
on in there?
Yeah.
That's his catchphrase. I love that shit.
Yeah,
I love
man.
his.
I mean,
what's going on?
because
in there?
he's
definitely has some
going
merch.
to all of these bars and restaurants and he's fighting for all of us. And I know that he doesn't want to say, like, hey, if you want to like donate or help out, you don't want to sound like that. It's
Right.
I mean, he's a bartender. He gets
Right.
it. Like, it feels like you're going up to a customer like, hey, please tip me for this
Right.
service. But at the same time, he's right. He's spending a lot of money and he's not getting a lot in return for it. And we
he's doing
should
a great
be buying
service.
his merch. We should be at least
doing
buying
it.
his merch, supporting his music on Spotify and everything. I've seen a couple of his videos. It's actually really good shit too.
shit.
Seriously.
And he's
Like,
doing.
I'm not
he's
just
doing
saying
a
that because we
good-
fuck with him. I
good
like his
service
music.
too out here in the streets because he just called out a recent place too.
Mm-hmm.
Seven
It's
grand.
It's getting very close to
7
Fight Club.
grand. You guys aren't paying your people either.
He's very
7
close to
grand,
Fight
is
Club.
it?
7
No.
grand.
Oh shit.
All right there.
Yeah,
The ones that also own Varnish that they closed down because they
Yeah.
didn't want to make adjustments to be up to code.
Yeah.
So they just thought we'll just make these people lose their
That's
job.
crazy because 7 grand will charge you fucking $28 for a whiskey
But
Coke.
they don't have the money to pay their.
It sounds
managers.
like pouring with heart is paying with IOUs.
Boo, pouring with heart. Boo.
Boo you, pouring with heart.
Oh, boo.
That was my contribution.
You should have left it with the boo. I like that last one.
Sorry.
That
No,
was a
that
good
sucks.
bookend.
That's fucking irritating because you charge this amount for cocktails, but you
Mhm.
can't pay your fucking managers. You can't pay the severance pay that you promised your employees before closing the bar down because you didn't want to spend the money to make the adjustments so that way it was up to code.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
And then
Yeah.
a lot of people are out of a job and they just move on to open the next spot.
Right.
That's,
And
that's
that's
what they do.
you losing your job and trying to scramble and figure out where you're going to work next in an industry and in an area where sometimes it is hard to get a job because so many places are closing.
Yeah.
Or you're finding out that people aren't being paid on time or their hours are being cut unfairly
Yeah.
and things like that. It's
And
you
these
know,
places get away with it because
Yeah.
the fucking labor board doesn't do a fucking thing.
exactly.
Like, what is it gonna take for them to get off their ass?
Well, they do a thing, but it takes like 3 years before they respond to most of the claims.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's it gonna take to expedite this process?
I
Are they fucking short staffed? Do they not have enough
They're
people? on
probably
hands?
short staffed, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it all comes down to money. So,
Yeah.
Where's the governor? Where's the mayor? Come on, what the fuck?
It's the same thing that happened during the pandemic, man.
Yeah.
We were the first, not the first ones, but we were the main ones who got shut out and the main ones who weren't taken care of. So obviously they're not going to be thinking about us now, even though we're the ones still trying to claw our way out of that hole that the pandemic put us in.
Yeah.
you know?
But we were the first to go back.
Oh, absolutely.
We were the first to go back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
Absolutely. They
I'm-
wanted us back at work immediately.
are you kidding me?
Like, oh, I need these
Everybody's
places to be
depressed.
open.
I need people to go have a place to go get drunk.
Yeah.
So,
Drink and shit like that.
Yeah.
I did have something. It was a video, but there's no ad for them, so I can't really give them proper credit. But I'll just talk about it lightly. It's a looks like a country bar that this woman's working at. But so she's saying that they closed at 2 and they're closing out all their tabs, and they're saying that for the tabs that people didn't close, like cards left or whatever, that they're now putting gratuity, and it's a shit ton of it's a fuck ton of receipts.
Right.
Like I don't want to put it on the screens really quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
So like she shows that it's like
Right.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That
it's a
people
lot,
just
like-
leave their cards.
and she's explaining that like, yeah, so we're gonna put our standard overnight gratuity, whatever it is, and the page that posted it said, wait, you can do this? And it's a lot of dumb motherfuckers. They're like, congratulations, you now just exposed yourself having a felony. This is robbery. This is blah blah blah.
No,
like
it's not.
it's a lot of dumbasses in here. Like, wow, you just admitted to committing fraud and
No, you didn't.
this and that. It's like, you're fucking dumb. Almost any place that does do this, they have a sign posted somewhere.
As long as you post it.
Yeah.
Wait, so people are thinking that if you leave your card overnight and I just close you out with 20% gratuity, they feel like it's theft? Or
Yeah.
It's fraud.
Because they're not
theft.
signing
they're
off
not
on
signing off on it.
Right.
Well,
But then the majority of people who do that are doing
She
it on
filmed
purpose.
herself
Not
admitting
all.
over
Not
200
all.
crimes.
There are
Yeah.
plenty of people who really just leave their cards.
yeah.
But the way it has been the last year and a half or so, the majority of people who leave their cards don't give a fuck. Because even if they do come back to get their card, which a lot of people don't, they just order another card.
Right.
If they do come back to get their card, they don't give you anything extra for it.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
they just, oh, thank you for my card,
Classic
and they just walk the fuck out. So it's the
Right.
same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no, you want something for free.
And people are saying like, oh, this is sketchy. Yeah, the sign's posted, but that's still kind of, it's not sketchy at all. It's
And
common
it's,
practice.
and it's right there next to the POS where you see us running your fucking card. Yeah,
Damn.
come on, man.
I just see a lot of
Interesting.
these dumbass replies, and I think a lot of it's just for engagement because they have a lot of check marks, so they gotta get paid for the engagement. So maybe it's just that, but
Huh,
it's just.
Maybe.
But even if it's not their real thought, it's just inciting that thought into people that have real accounts and look at this. They're like, oh wow, damn, they do that in Austin, Texas. Like, yeah, no, I don't want to go to these places. Like,
I feel like that's been a common thing for a while.
Yeah, they do
The
that
only
in a lot of
places-
places.
the only places that would do something really sketchy like that are places that are paying people under the table,
Mhm.
because then there's really no record of anything happening. So that's, but any place
Yeah.
that reports any of their transactions or tips,
Yeah, if it's
anything like
above
that.
board, then like I need to have
Yeah.
like
Right.
a record of any time
Mhm.
I'm taking money from a
Right.
person.
And
they're
part of the
reporting-
reason for that is
Yeah.
because once those charges get disputed, the business can lose the entire transaction.
Yeah.
You know, so you
Yeah.
have to be above board, because
Right.
if you're not, that business can lose hundreds or thousands of dollars on transactions just because things weren't done above board. So
Right.
obviously, they're not, a really good reputable place isn't going to allow those practices because they don't want to get shut down.
Yeah.
They're just losing money at that point. It's not worth it.
and let's talk about the people that dispute those charges. Doesn't have to be a lot, but I'm just saying, like, that's really fucking shitty, especially if you do that after going to a place that's small business, locally owned, not a chain where they don't have a corporation pouring money into. That's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Because the owner at my bar, he's mentioned a couple times how like some people dispute these charges and this and that. It's like, that's
Oh yeah.
really fucking shitty. You're doing that to a small business owner. The fuck is wrong with you, you piece
And
of shit?
9 times out of 10, they go into those places ordering like some top shelf shit because they know
Yeah.
they're not going to. pay
However,
for it.
though, he can dispute that back because
Oh,
he's
there,
able
you
to
could dispute
show-
the dispute.
Yeah, to show like,
Well,
oh no, they
yeah,
were
I mean,
here.
as long
they
as
did
you
this. Here's
keep the receipts, you know what I
keep
mean?
the
As
receipts
long as-
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
video too. So that's
Yeah.
why that's what the cameras are there for too.
Yes.
He'll whenever that happens, he provides it. So a few do slip through the cracks, but
Right.
Yeah.
the
Because
people that
I
try to
remember
dispute
we
it-
had a situation. Oh, I was so pissed because these guys, I kind of sold them on Clase Azul Ultra Nejo.
Oh, jeez.
damn.
Yeah.
What do you mean kind of sold them? You either sold them or you sold them.
Oh, they bought.
Yeah.
They were just like, "What do you guys have?" And I was like, "Oh, we got Clase Azul. Da 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 da. We also have the Ultra Nejo. Is like, is that the best one?" I was like, "So I'm told. You want
It's
to
the most expensive.
What do you
wanna-
think?
yeah,
You think
most
it's the best?
You
expensive.
should just kind of go for it and see."
Customers
Or you
always right when it
go,
comes to taste.
you tell me.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
the best
You
one?
buy it and you
Yeah.
tell me. So they
Yeah.
got like 2
Or you buy one for you and me, and we can save together if it's the best one.
yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
give me a little, you know. Excuse me. But they bought, I think, 3 rounds of 2 shots, so like 6 shots total of Clase Azul Ultra Neo, and like we sell it for like 2 at the time.
That's
I mean,
what, like,
we've gone
300?
up, huh?
That's probably like 300, right?
Right. I think at the time it was like 260 a shot. But it went. I think we've gone up to probably 290 something a shot. But yeah, at the time it was 260 a shot, and it's one of those things where like
260 a shot.
260, 264, I think, like to be exact.
264
dollars, American dollars. Yes.
You said 300 before
Yeah. Why are you
did.
surprised by this? You said 300.
You were thinking
in
bottle.
total.
No,
You were
per
thinking-
shot.
No, yeah, no, per shot.
$264 per shot. Yeah.
No, per shot.
Yeah. It's
Didn't you hear ultra in the
ultra
It's
añejo.
ultra.
Yeah.
It's not
Ultra.
Michelob.
Didn't you? What the fuck does that even mean?
It was
Continue.
aged an extra 6 months. I don't know.
Continue.
But,
That sounds fucking dumb.
But yeah,
Some marketing.
It's
Sorry.
definitely marketing because there's definitely better tequilas. We don't have to get into that.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother
We
thing.
do that enough.
Yes, we don't have to get into that. If you enjoy Clase Azul, by all means, live your best life.
And if you buy us one, we will enjoy it with you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so they bought a couple rounds of that, and then in your head when these things happen, you're just like, oh my God, I just came up on a lick. But then in your, not lick like that. Jesus Christ. No,
I know
like,
what you meant.
you know what I mean. Jesus Christ. But at the same time, you got to maintain composure. Like, yeah, I've done this before every day. People buy Clase Azul Ultra Nejo, another one, and another one. And then at the end, the next day, some woman calls. Mind you, it was 3 guys that had bought the shot. Some woman calls and says that, what is this charge on my card? I don't know what it is. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, damn, this is a scam. Like, yes, it's possible they stole a card, but it's also possible they just got a female friend to.
How
Can
often
you-
do you run into that?
Wait, can you say that this woman called again?
This woman called.
I wanted to do it, but you were still talking.
Sorry.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
A woman called.
Well, the way you said woman the first time.
Well, sorry,
you were like,
because it was
this
3
woman
guys.
called.
Because it was 3 guys. So when a woman calls about this charge, I was just like,
Then you know she's their leader.
she probably is. She's definitely the ringleader there. And like they disputed the charge, and then there's this whole thing where like now they got to ask me about like, well, how did they ask for it? Do you remember this?
Do you remember? No, I don't fucking remember.
Did
There's
you
no
check
way you
the name on
remember
the
that
card? Did you
shit.
check the card against like an ID and all this other type of thing? It's just, and it became like
Honestly,
a thing.
man, if they want us to start doing that, that's fine. But you got to make it standard everywhere, and then you got to account for how much time is going to be
It's just gonna take
involved
more
with
time.
us
Yeah,
having
yeah.
to check
Yeah.
IDs every time.
Yeah.
Because where I work at, when someone shows me an ID, I'm like, I don't need to know where the fuck you live. You gave me a card. We're moving on.
Unless
'Cause
the
we
card,
don't have that much fraud that comes in
Right,
with someone taking
right.
someone's card, but every once in a while
Every once in a
you
while.
do see it.
the only
which is
time
why
I do
was
that
asking.
is if the card on the back says "ask for ID." I will.
Right.
That's
right.
the
Yeah,
only
if
time
I-
I've
yeah,
ever
if I
done
do
that.
that,
I'll be
then
like, hey,
absolutely.
I got
Absolutely.
It says I should ask
Yeah.
for ID. Can
Yeah.
you show ID?
I wrote that on the back of one of my credit cards. So
You just wrote it in like a
Yeah.
pen.
Why can't we just do all the cards like the fucking whichever ones has the Costco thing on it?
Oh, with a picture on it?
Well, yeah, you
Oh,
could run your
yeah.
card, but it also doubles as a Costco card. I've seen that
Mm.
because I've had some people give
Does
me
it-
their Costco cards thinking it was the same thing.
Oh.
So maybe I'm
They're just
combining
showing you their
Costco.
membership
maybe
card
I'm
just to
combining
flex.
Costco, but you know,
They're just
I remember
flexing
Bank of
the
America
Costco
did that back in the
Yeah,
80s.
it's like, this is getting
like,
weird.
oh,
Yeah.
nice, you're a member.
Yeah,
Cool. I need your credit
I
card.
still need form of payment.
So you got money.
I've
All right,
had
well,
a-
let's
I've
see
had
it.
a long day. I might just misspoke. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I was like trying to
just looked
piece
at my cup and
together
I was like, you
in
know
my
what?
head.
I don't know what all I put in this motherfucker.
Damn.
But I do remember Bank of America doing that for
Okay.
a while,
They did.
where they had the picture on the card.
I've seen some
and I've
with
seen
pictures
other
on it, yeah.
banks do that. So that's what I really mean.
Got you.
Is why is it that every debit card doesn't have your picture on it? Even if you order like a replacement,
Yeah.
it should still be the same picture. You
Yeah.
know, debit cards and ID cards should be the same.
I think.
That way, for all these people who seem to go outside without their IDs, which I don't understand.
Oh my God.
You can say, hey, it's still
Coming
me.
to a bar without an
debit card.
ID just seems such a weird. I get it. We're in a digital age. You just need to go out with your phone. But you're at a bar. I need proof
Yeah.
that you're 21. Legally, we could have our entire bar license taken from us if we don't have proof that everyone sitting at the bar is 21. So stop trying to put us in jeopardy because you just want to be free and in the digital age and shit. It's really fucking
You
weird.
want to be comfy.
Because you want to be comfy.
Yeah, be comfy with your ID,
Yeah.
please.
I don't know, but like I've never lost like phone, keys, wallet. Like every time I leave the house, like I feel like I need all of those things. And
I think this just shows that not enough people get their ass whooped.
wait,
'Cause
what?
if you got knocked the
Wait,
fuck
what?
out and you had no identification. Come on, man. A lot of John Does out here getting knocked
Hey,
the
Nando,
fuck out.
what's your trauma? Who hurt you?
I don't know.
Okay,
They didn't leave an ID. I woke up. They were like, "Who hit you?" I don't know. Who are you? I don't know. I got no identification.
no identification. Damn, trying to be in the digital age. I got a phone though. Does that work? I got a picture. I got a Facebook page.
Right. Facebook. You should trust me based off of that. Look how many followers I have.
Oh,
You want me in your restaurant.
off of
No,
Facebook?
if you
Not
don't
after
bring
that.
your ID, you don't come prepared.
Nah, you're
Not
not
after
ready.
getting
For,
your ass whooped.
not after.
Don't want you in here because if
Jesus
shit goes down.
Christ. Oh man. But yeah, no. Going back a little bit to what you were talking about earlier, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people being out of jobs now.
Yeah.
Here and there. I think the thing is we need to lean more on
Here
like
and
our
there or here and now.
here and now. Okay, all right. That's a
Good
big
call back.
There we go. But I think people have to lean a little bit more on their like industry relationships in order
Yeah.
to find these jobs because like
Absolutely.
you can't just go on. I mean, like, yeah, you can go on websites if you want to, or go on Craigslist or whatever. But
we were just talking about this the other day when we went out to look for places to drop off some applications, and it's like it's kind of difficult because if you go on a Craigslist, what I see a lot on there is attractive woman hostess, attractive woman. It's just a lot of those posts
yeah,
for this and that, or there's some bar back bartending, but they're too far for me to commute. Like,
Right,
really,
right.
like an hour commute for me personally. It's like, dude, it's just not enough. Like, there's so many of these repeated postings that it like saturates the ones that are genuine, like
Right.
a place that's actually looking for somebody. And it would really just be nice that if like a Google Maps or something
Yeah.
had that, like, hey, this place is looking for employees, something
Yeah.
like that. Or maybe if there was some kind of
like maybe there's an
Yeah,
app that just
yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of
Someone needs
just
to work
like
on that.
showed where
Someone needs to work on that.
employment is needed, or
yeah,
I don't know.
instead of a Craigslist where
Yeah.
it can just be flooded by anyone or anything, or
Yeah.
And maybe you could have like a message board too.
Yeah.
I don't know, where like
they
all
could.
the
that'd be
people in
really
the service
helpful.
industry
Yeah.
just
Because
talk about
let's be real, like fucking Indeed and all those other shits. It's I don't want to say that they're not reliable, but I don't think you ever really find what you're looking for specifically.
Well, the postings are not going to give you an accurate representation of what
No.
you're stepping
Like if I'm
into.
looking
No.
for, like, I want to work at a sports bar, it's gonna show me all the hotels in the area first, and I have to
Right.
scroll through all
Hotels
those.
are always looking for help.
Dude, oh my
Yeah.
god! Like,
Yeah.
there's so any of
Turnover is
these.
big
It's always
there.
hotels. It's always fucking hotels or fucking
Well, any
high end
a
restaurants.
sports bar, what I've learned is anything with a TV, because apparently Redacted is low key a sports bar during the
What?
right season.
I think it's anything with more than one TV. Because I've
Yeah.
worked in places with one TV and that is not a sports bar.
That's fair.
It's just
But you
sad.
will still have that one guy that comes in every Sunday and wants to dominate that one TV because like his team is
You put on
playing.
the Raiders.
Oh my god, yeah.
And they make sure they're standing outside before you open the
Oh
door.
my god.
Yeah.
Yo,
Because
I'm
they know
setting up.
first come, first serve.
I'm setting up the bar, and he's just like, "It's 11," and you're just like, "Yo,
Bro, there's an Irish pub down the street. Go there. They open at 10 or 12.
Yeah, no, but definitely people come into our spot, and it's just like because we have 6 TVs, people are just like, "Well, I want this, I want that," and it's just like,
Crazy that you guys have TVs. I don't think you guys should have TVs.
No,
for the
they
place
should
you work.
not.
You guys should.
But
absolutely
shouldn't
not.
have
it's
TVs.
just like it's a place, and they want to make the bar the center of.
Trying to cater to everybody.
if they wanted it to be
Yeah.
the center, they would treat it as a center. They don't treat it as a center.
That's a lot.
They treat it like they want it to look like the center.
Ah, there we go.
But really, they don't give a fuck about it.
I mean,
I can see it in your shoulders.
That's so crazy. I wish there was a bar manager that was available to speak more to this.
Yeah, no, we got to
That's-
find one of them.
You got to find a bar
But
manager.
all their names are redacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Redacted bar manager.
Yeah.
Should we set up a mic over? No.
Nah.
We can. Really quick.
But yeah, I was just saying, like, when you're looking for restaurants, because all these websites don't really give you that, you kind of like need more like industry relationships.
Well, a lot
to-
of those places they're advertising on a site like an Indeed or anything
Yeah.
like that. You gotta pay.
Yeah, and they don't.
You gotta
wanna do
pay. So
Like,
a
I'm
s-
broke. I'm out of a job.
Yeah, a smaller place that needs help, they're not gonna pay that.
Yeah.
that. Or if they do put it on Craigslist,
Yeah.
it's just overlooked because of all the repeated postings
Mhm.
looking for an attractive woman to be a host or
Yeah,
hostess
yeah.
or
Yeah,
for
and
modeling
I
this.
know for anyone out there who hasn't seen those posts, the way that you're bringing it up, they're like, "Oh, it's not that bad." No, it is that bad.
Take a
I've
look.
seen it. It'll be a whole page of just the same post over and over.
it'll be reworded too. So you
Yeah.
think it's a different place, but it's the
And
same
it's the
exact
same
fucking
thing.
place.
Oh,
and then it'll be
shit.
one actual job,
300
mixed in
per
between
hour.
it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's bad.
Needed
man.
immediately. 300 per hour.
And you know
Back a
it's
house.
you know it's a place that's gonna do everything under the table and everything like that because they're the ones who have the money to advertise there
Yeah.
and just take over the space because real employers at this point aren't using sites like that
No.
because no one's looking on them.
It's
Yeah.
definitely word of mouth kind of thing now.
It's
Yeah.
really who
What
you
it
know.
is. Or if you just
who you
happen
know,
to pop
yeah.
in at the right time,
But
That
those
too.
you get lucky.
that's where like you have to nurture those industry relationships so that
Absolutely.
you actually can have people in the right places that can point you where you can get a job. Because shit.
And sometimes those people can be the people who work in another place, or they could be someone who's also in the industry, but they frequent another place. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh, this person is a bartender, server, manager, host, whatever. But they have another place that they prefer to go to on their off hours.
Yeah.
And then they hear, oh, we need a hand. Just because you know that other person, you could be like ahead of the line. You
I
don't
mean,
need to look on a Craigslist.
Me being here right now is literally that.
Yeah.
Like, I get off at Redacted and I want to go to Fight Club and chill at the bar to just have a drink, and then we just got to chatting, and yeah,
Absolutely.
here the fuck I am.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you keep mentioning industry relationships.
I
There's
do.
something you
I-
want to.
It's kind of like I'm
No,
trying
we
to
haven't
tee
gotten
up.
to that last part yet. We're still talking on this part of industry
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
relationships,
yeah.
which is fostering relationships, getting to
Yes.
know people. You know,
Yes.
that's where, like me myself, I'm trying to transition out of the bar that I'm in. I'm kind of split between do I want to change actual roles? Like one of the roles would be a brand rep role, which is all fostering relationships. But the other one is the actual just still bartending thing. You got to foster relationships there just to know what bars to go to, what
Right.
restaurants to go to. And depending on where you work or who your regulars are, it can be more difficult to even form a relationship, let alone nurture one to where you can hit someone up and say, hey, you know, I just lost my, like when Jared was here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how he was at Japanesey and he got fired on some
Wait, I'm
bullshit.
sorry.
Yo, that shit
I
was
forget that
wild,
that's the-
but I will not let it go because he
I
kept
don't-
saying it.
I don't
and
know.
that shit is
I forget
that's-
that that's what we
hey, he said
nicknamed it.
That's borderline.
gotta be racist.
It's
Nah.
not
It's,
borderline.
it's not racist. It's Australian.
Oh God, that's good. Oh, that's good. But like factual.
Yeah,
Factual
it
as fuck.
is. We didn't say it. He said
He
it.
said it. We
He
just
said
was like, hey, we got Redacted. He got Fight Club.
And he didn't tell us that that was their word.
No. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but
Fucking knew better.
yeah.
And I didn't. I'm sorry.
I kind of wish I was here for that episode because he's the first
we
person
all
we
did.
had with an
No,
accent.
I'm just kidding. Just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask him about his accent.
His accent.
Yeah.
Silly little accents.
That's not.
Sir,
I
maybe
don't-
it's best you weren't here.
Yeah. We're gonna redact
Accents-
everything we just said.
Accents aren't real.
What?
They're not real. The Australian
No, I'm not.
British
Gonna,
accents,
I'm not
they're
clicking
not
on
real.
that tab. I'm not
They're not
clicking on
real.
that tab.
Yeah, no.
Not real.
No,
No.
you're not gonna convert me to flat Earth. I'm sorry. I'm done. We're not
accents
doing
aren't-
that. We're
No,
no.
no.
Ask-
You've
I'm
been
not
outvoted.
going down that wormhole.
You've been
Ask
outvoted on
any
this one.
British or Australian to do an American accent, and it's perfect.
Because they grew up on our media.
And they have coaches,
And so
like
they
in
choose
Deadpool and
to talk
Wolverine.
in their accent.
No,
Sir.
no, I'm not clicking on this
Sir.
tab. No, nah.
Nah,
But I will continue this offline.
yeah. Let's make this conversation great again.
I
Fair.
beg your pardon.
No, that's fair. Let's make it great again. Yes. So, Jared did use industry relationships when he was looking for his job because a lot of people that worked in the industry in the area were coming to Jared's bar, and he was like, getting to know them, nurturing those relationships, hooking them up, and then
Within reason.
within reason.
Yeah.
But then when he needed to find a new job, he was able to call
Yeah.
upon all of those different industry relations to try to find a new job.
It's like Avengers Assemble. For me, a
Yeah.
job.
Avengers Assemble to get me employed, please.
Yes.
Please.
My
Yeah.
bank account needs to be avenged. Help.
Help.
Fucking help.
Help.
But
Dog, I just have
yeah,
the image of Cap just like strapping his shield up. Just like,
it's just a bar rack.
and literally like Thanos and like all the minions is just like all of that
Customers.
person's bills. No, that's just all the bills coming for
I
him.
just saw
It's like
customers.
that's rent, and that's like electric bill, and that's like telephone bill, and he's-
Groceries.
yeah, groceries, and he's just
Parking ticket.
He's just like, and then like your homie in the industry is just like on your left. And then he was like, "Oh
made a whole
shit,
scene.
what's up?"
That one barred regular that's creepy, but they always tip well.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
They
yeah.
pop up like the wasp or some shit.
All right, yeah. Let's just see where this job
Good
goes.
for you, Doug.
Yeah, Doug, fucking Doug. Shout out to Dougs.
Yeah. Shout out to the Dougs of the world.
Yeah,
They don't get any love. Don't know how we got there. But yeah, foster those industry relationships, which can also keep your business open.
yeah.
If you are that place that people within the industry know to go to, then your lights aren't ever going to get turned off. And if you start,
Unless you want them to.
yeah, well, I'm starting to feel that where I work at now. It feels like they want the place to fucking close with the decisions that they're making. Yeah, that is a soft thing.
Soft thing.
Yeah, can't get jiggy with that shit. Not at all. Yeah.
But back to what
that's
you were saying.
that was what I was saying is we had those industry relationships within that building before.
But it even speaks more than like people in the industry coming there.
Yeah.
Especially if we're all in the area and we
Yeah.
all do come there. It helps so much because at Redacted, people come to the bar and they're always asking like, what are the places in the area? The amount of times I've just been like across the street, right there, Fight Club.
Right.
And people always end up there, and like 9
And
times out
then
of 10,
you get off work and you
and
end
they're
up
right there, and I'm just like, God damn it, it
Yeah.
worked. Shit,
Yeah.
I did
You
not want to
actually went
see
there?
you again.
You took my
Yeah.
recommendation the one time.
God
Yeah.
damn it. Yeah, because they
Yeah.
didn't take my recommendation on a fucking drink.
No, they did not.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, they took my recommendation on other places to go to in the area. But that's what happens. If you get to know all the people that work in the industry in the area you work in, they will send people to you because, people can't dance at Redacted. But
You can't dance every day.
you can't dance at Redacted. You can't get jiggy at Redacted.
They'll find a way.
Well, some people can dance. Sorry. Bar manager over there. But you can get jiggy at Fight
Bar
Club.
managers can't dance on the clock. It's a well-known fact.
I've seen it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, some b-boy shit too.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway,
Okay.
but
I would go to Redacted to see that.
you would, because I've invited you to Redacted
I'd
for
stand
2
outside
years
the
straight.
window and
Okay, there we go.
watch.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've invited you to Redacted for 2 straight
I have
years.
a gift card and I still
He
You have a
walk
gift
in.
card, just this like burning a hole in your
Refuse to go.
pocket.
It ain't burning a hole in nothing. I don't even know where it is. I just know I have it.
He looks at your shoulders whether or not he should go.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
That's literally that. Was
It's like
Yeah.
therapy
that's
bear
how
was
it feels.
reflect. That's what it.
That's how
feels
it feels.
he looks at your shoulders the way we observe the groundhog on Groundhog Day.
Yes.
Oh, did it see its shadow?
That was close.
Oh, how's Rob's shoulders? Can we? Not today.
Yo,
Damn it.
it's so funny you say that. I have a homie, Dane. Shout out to Dane. He like is one of my coworkers, and he said as he's coming in to the restaurant for the day, he can tell my mood from the sound of my shake. Like he literally said, like because you can hear my shake. I have like I guess like the rhythm I have with my shake, but he's like, by the rhythm of your shake, I could tell whether you're in a good mood and having a good day, or whether you're about to be in a bad mood and I just got to be on my P's and Q's around you. And I was just like, I don't know how to feel about that, but I think that does speak to me just having a good shake.
Huh.
I also just wonder like how he arrived at that. Like
That's
like
Yeah, because like I think if it's like a vigorous like, then I'm just like I
You're
just
trying
want to
to-
get this fucking drink made.
Yeah.
Versus like if I'm just like,
oh. All right, I see it now.
yeah,
Yeah, I see
Right.
that.
but like yeah, so like that can be a thing.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Oh, you're
Definitely
thinking
yeah.
about your own shake now.
Yeah, 'cause, like if I want it to be over with,
Yeah,
like
like if
I turned into a 2-pump chump.
right,
All right,
yeah,
You're
and
out.
it's done. It's
Time
done.
to go.
Drinks are done.
That's
go.
just diluted. I got.
I don't
you.
give a
I
fuck.
got you. You're
Yeah.
set. But if
Mint
like I
is-
really
mint
care,
is mad
I'm gonna
bruise
take
in that
my ti-
mojito. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
'Cause-
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right?
You're right.
But like
Damn.
think about the ones where you're just like, I should have muddled it, but I was just like, you know what? The fucking
I
ice
ain't
is gonna break it
muddling a
up.
Goddamn
The
thing.
ice is gonna do this shit for me. I'm not muddling shit.
Nah, I don't muddle.
Yeah. Oh, you never muddle.
No,
Oh.
not where I work now.
Ain't
Ain't
I
no
haven't
need
muddled
for
in
it.
a while.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was weird, but
It wasn't weird until you made it
no,
weird.
No,
You
weird.
looked at me and then
No,
were like,
you just like
muddle.
I haven't muddled in a while. That's what it felt like. I don't know.
I think that's just you.
No, bro.
think,
Did you
you-
feel that too?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I agree with him. I didn't felt it until you said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll put it on me.
but
then.
now I feel it.
What do you mean by that?
I think you know what he means.
Why do you do that? Why do you lower your voice?
What do you
know
mean?
what it means?
You know what it means.
You know what it means. Like,
Anyway, do you think you have different shakes based on your mood?
we don't shake a lot. The only thing we
No,
really
y'all
shake
don't.
is our espresso martinis, or somebody orders a fucking whiskey sour when we're fucking busy as fuck. You know, that's one of my favorite drinks to make when we're busy. Espresso martinis, whiskey sours.
Do you
You know, I love making those when we're really fucking busy. It's my favorite drink to make. It actually brings me so much joy when somebody comes up like, "Yo,
ecstatic.
can I get 3 whiskey sours?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I love them too." Hey, 15 people behind. Just you guys gotta wait a little bit more because I gotta make these fucking whiskey sours.
Question: do you do the do you shake one time dry?
Yeah.
Do you dry shake
Yeah.
and then you have to
Yeah,
dry
yeah,
shake
yeah,
one
yeah,
time?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
We don't have to, but I feel like when you make
If
a
you're
whiskey
gonna
sour,
do it, make
you
it right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you make a whiskey sour,
yeah.
you have to dry shake. And
Yeah.
as infuriating as it is, I'm still gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because
God forbid they walk away with not good.
it might
whiskey
be a little
sour.
bit more tart though. Just you don't order another one.
Oh, yo, I actually had.
I do that. I do that. I do.
I had a whiskey sour sent back yesterday.
It's like my bug spray.
during.
Just get out of here.
I'm sorry. What?
Don't,
Your bug
don't come
spray?
back. Don't come back.
That's your off
Yeah.
exclamation
That's
point.
for me to get them to order something else.
Oh shit! No, yesterday I had one sent back and they asked for it to be more sour, and I put a dab of cane syrup and I just doused it so much in lemon juice. I was like, "Yo, you ain't never gonna get another sour in your goddamn life, fucking with me like
You
that."
said whiskey sour, right? Is this sour enough for you?
Yeah, Jesus.
Do you want me to put the lemon juice in your eyes? You want to feel it?
Jesus Christ! I got aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I don't really have an aggressive shake.
Back to the
It's
actual
just,
question.
I don't know. I think it's
You just have an aggressive personality. Fuck your shake.
maybe. I guess it's the way I present the handheld. Maybe I'm just like quick and like, all right, here you go. Next.
Bet.
Like I just move on right away. No questions. Like that's all you ordered. Boom. Next.
Boom.
And then they're just trying to figure it out. And they're like, I don't know. Why do I have to enter my card information? Because you press manual entry.
Oh shit. Damn.
But everybody fucks up, so I don't get upset. I'm
Why,
like, eh.
when did it become okay for guests to start pressing random buttons on a handheld?
Yeah, I had
I've-
somebody.
I've never been at a place and the person who works there go, "All right, you figure it out." Not once.
Wait, what?
So say you leave a handheld in
Yeah.
front of someone.
Right.
They just start pressing buttons, like you said. They just start. They hit
Oh,
manual interest
yeah,
and random
yeah.
shit. Like, if you want to see the total, just look at it. It's there.
It's there.
The
Yeah.
total's there. You
Yeah.
want to see itemized before, depending on the handheld. Maybe I have to show you that. I
Right.
don't know. But once I put it in front of you,
I just
just
need
swipe
you
the
to,
card.
Yeah, I just need you
There's no reason for you to press a
choose
button
tip
until
and swipe.
after.
Because
Right.
I get
never seen that before.
I get a lot of pushback when the price comes up because by default it goes to 20%. You still have to physically press 18, 20, and 25 before you hit continue.
right.
Oh,
So
okay.
when the cocktail comes up that's supposed to be $18 is now 21 something, and they're
Right.
like, I thought it was this much. I'm like, yeah. So if you use your fucking eyes, it breaks it down to you and shows you without the
It
tip,
literally
it's
says
still
tip.
$18. Like under the big buttons that show you the percentage, you go just a little bit down, use your eyes a little bit, be, kind of fucking smart. It just shows tax total without the tip included.
Right.
And then below that, it shows the grand total if you add that tip. So just use your fucking eyes. I don't know.
fair.
It's not fucking hard, dude.
It's
It's
not.
really not hard.
That's fair. Yeah,
People are
no.
just dumb.
For ours, most part, it's just like I hand it to them, and it's just like it is the itemized receipt on a digital platform, and it literally says confirm. And then as I'm handing it to them, I say, "Hey, I just need you to confirm this," and they just look at it, and they're like, "Oh, okay," and I was like, "No, I need you to hit where it says confirm." That's why I specifically said I need you to confirm this, and then
That's gonna be my shirt. If you use your fucking eyes, that's gonna
That's
be my shirt.
definitely your shirt.
That's
Sorry,
my shirt.
I just don't like how that slap it like brought me
It
back.
it,
I
it
was
just
somewhere else.
inspired.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, that's gonna be my shirt for the show. So if you use
Where
your
did it
I
take
had
you?
something I was like keying up and now it's gone.
Now it's
Just
gone.
The way he snapped, I was like, motherfucker.
I brought him back. My bad. I wasn't snapping at you. I was more.
You
just
know
like,
when like someone says something to you and you don't expect it to be towards you
Yeah.
or an action to be towards you, and you're like, wait, that was for me.
What?
It was just the way that snap came. I was like, wait, that was for me.
Uh,
The fuck?
it was just an out loud.
I wasn't even here.
thought.
What did I miss? I'm sorry, man.
It brought you back down. to earth.
Yeah. Sorry. Just explaining why I had that look on my face.
That's fair. Yeah. Nurture your industry relationships.
Absolutely. You know,
is
it-
the thesis. Go ahead.
yeah. As I said, it can keep a place open. It can help you find employment. It can help you on other things that you're trying to do. You know, a lot of times, as we've spoken before, we all have other things that we do outside of the industry.
Yeah.
Also outside of this podcast, but you never know who you're going to run into who could help you with that.
Absolutely.
And that's where those relationships come into play, and being friendly with a manager at an establishment, or the host staff, or bartender, server,
You said the
whatever.
host staff?
Host staff.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know about the host staff.
Yeah, that's what I just was kind of like that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Got me a little
no,
interested. I was like, yo,
The
what's
host staff? What? Sorry, continue. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, be friendly with everyone. You know, sometimes, especially in this particular industry, you can run into people who only want to be friendly with people who work within the same job code.
Yeah.
Bartenders want to hang with bartenders.
Yeah.
Server want to hang with servers. Depending on where you work, managers have to only hang out with managers. Like there's, depending on everything like that. But then you got busters, you got everything. And a lot of times those communication errors, infighting, resentment, a lot of those things could be solved just by going out and having a drink with each other and just like
Busters
chilling
are the
and getting
biggest
to know
fucking
each other.
potheads you'll ever meet.
that's just
Oh, absolutely.
That's
like,
putting
they
a
come
lot
up really
on-
randomly, but
I don't want to stereotype.
But when
here.
we used to work at Beauty, all of the busters and porters were in the porter room just hitting the fucking vape pen non-fucking stop. Always
Yeah.
just
Oh,
passing
damn.
that. They were always fucking high.
But then again, think about where those busters are. a couple years out of high school.
That's fair.
They haven't gotten to another job code. They're just busting. Yeah. I mean, you got to do that job for 7-8 hours. I got to be high too, man. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. It was just
I'm not polishing glassware for 8 hours. So
It was
I'm
just
gonna
an
go and tell you
observation.
right now,
I was
there's
not
no way.
knocking it. I was not knocking.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're the highest motherfuckers in the restaurant.
That's fair.
Is the busters and porters.
Hey, the lower you get paid, the higher you have to be to do the job.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, as I said, you should not stereotype and just throw a blanket statement over all barbacks and busters.
Why not?
But I also have like the one person that ever tried to introduce me to meth was a busser, and so
Yeah, my point stands.
so
bro.
and so
My point stands.
it threw me off. I think I told that
I
story.
love how you described it. Wanted to introduce me to meth. Like, all right, hey,
No,
Me
literally,
too.
that's what happened. That's literally what
want to
happened.
hang out sometime?
No,
So he's like, hey, so
I think
have
I
you,
told y'all this story before.
let me introduce to you meth.
No, literally, I think I told this story before, but the truncated version is I was throwing out the coffee at the end
Sorry,
of the.
I accidentally. Meth.
I was throwing away coffee at the end of like the shift, and I was like, "Oh, you don't need it?" And he was like, "Nah, I do crystal." I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And I was like,
And it ain't Folgers.
No, dude, I never knew anyone that did crystal in real life, and so I thought this was a joke. I thought this
He
was a
was
joke.
proud
thing
of
we
it
were
too.
doing. Yeah, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, me too. I do crystal." And then he was like, "Oh, you want to do something?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure."
Yeah, sure.
And then like he was like, "Maybe I'll back in a minute." I was like, "Wait, what?" Hold on.
This is
And
not
then
a
I was
gag.
like, "Oh, okay." I thought he was just gonna just like joke with me, and then he like I met him out, and he just like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Whoa."
Right, this is
how
crystal.
awkward was it afterwards?
It
where
was
you
so
were like,
no. He felt awful because like now he like had revealed himself.
and now you got to keep that secret.
yeah.
So then you're like, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Bro.
No.
Ain't gonna tell
I need
nobody,
him to
bro.
know like
yo,
it's
calm down.
cool, and he felt really bad because he was like, now I've revealed myself.
All of a sudden, he pulls out a kitchen.
yeah, it's like, yo,
You're gonna do this meth.
yeah, no, you got to become a part of it
Oh
now.
yeah, absolutely.
And now I'm a meth head, everyone.
He Denzel Washington you and
Yeah.
don't hit this shit, we gonna have a problem.
damn.
Yeah, and that was a buster. So maybe you're onto something. I don't know. Maybe
I'm not
but, like,
wrong.
yeah,
You kind of just proved my point.
yeah. Because I mean, like you said, what is the
You said don't do a blanket statement, but let me give you something that supports your blanket statement.
what's the claim? Wait, what was the phrase you used? The
The
lower.
lower you get paid, the higher you have to be to do the job.
It don't get much higher than meth.
No, because I was thinking to myself when I used to work in a warehouse, that's when I got introduced to crack. One of my coworkers was like, "Yo, you want some crack?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good. We just had Flamin' Dr. Peppers. Why do we gotta upgrade to crack? I thought we were good with the Flamin' Dr. Pepper."
Yo,
bro.
the leap from Dr. Pepper to crack is
Bro.
crazy.
Bruh.
That's a huge fucking leap.
And I guess that's kind of an industry correlation because that was the first time I had a Flamin' Dr. Pepper.
And you were like impressed, like, damn,
Bro,
this shit is
this
getting
nigga's a
me so-
mixologist, my boy. He
What's
just
a
pulls out
flaming Dr.
crack.
Pepper?
They don't make them anymore. Not really.
What is it?
Overproof rum used to be 151. You set it on fire and you drop it into like a beer, like a lager.
Oh, okay.
And it
That's how
tastes like
I
Dr.
think you're
Pepper.
supposed to do amaretto too, but I can't
Yeah, that sounds
remember. I
right.
think it was
Yeah.
amaretto 151. Set it on fire.
That
drop it
sounds
into a
that
beer.
sounds that makes more sense because there was a trend on TikTok with people putting amaretto into Corona and it tasted like Dr. Pepper. So that sounds.
I could see that for
That
sure.
sounds
Yeah.
accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how they also just offer it so casually too? Like, hey, you
Like
wanna
a
hit this
garnish?
crystal?
Well, yeah, exactly.
like a bag of
like
chips.
an extra
Like,
cherry. It's like,
like, hey man, you want
you
some
know
crystal?
what?
Like,
I don't need that in my.
I
old
think
fashioned.
my old
I need
fashioned
a-
is good
I
on
need
its
some
Old
own.
kind of-
fashioned's good, bro.
Yeah.
Don't
buffer
need that
before you
cherry.
introduce this.
No,
to me.
there's
Like,
no.
I was not
there's
prepared.
no buffer. You
There's
just,
no way to prepare for
there's-
somebody offering you crack, crystal, or anything like that.
No.
Even the first time somebody
Everclear,
offered me cocaine,
Absinthe. Offer that first.
Yeah.
fridge?
Let's take some. Yeah, we just had a flaming Dr. Pepper. I don't need you to like up the ante from there. Like that's just a lot. I'm still processing that.
Yeah.
it's for me. It was the same thing when somebody tried to offer me coke for the first time at a
Yeah.
house party, or and
And
then
you
did it right
did
in
it.
front of me. Yeah, and we were just chatting or whatever, this and that. We were
Allegedly.
playing-
Coke don't
Allegedly.
give a fuck.
we were
Allegedly.
just- we were just chatting, playing a drinking game or whatever, and then he started doing the thing, and I was like,
What's that?
I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I was about to do line. You want some? I was like, I'm good. Okay. So, and I was like, can you clear your nose first?
Like, so how does one coke?
But they just did it. So, and this was my first time seeing it. It was just so casual, but I was just like,
It is wild how people.
What were we
introduce
talking
these
about?
things like that. Yeah.
it's just so casual.
Well, like the thing with the crystal thing, not to like, it was like I had only seen it on Breaking Bad, so like literally I loved Breaking Bad, but like it had been just like this thing where like literally it's gonna rot your teeth, it's gonna make you into this, and this, and then for someone to just be like, so like, yeah, just do crystal. I'm like, wait, crystal is your alternative to coffee? Like that? What?
That is a hell of a leap.
Yeah. Yeah. But
That's
you know,
a hell of a leap.
shout out to everyone out there. If you need to talk to someone, you can call this. Sorry, no, but like real, like addiction is real, and
Well, of course, it's a
yeah,
hell of a
about
leap.
that.
They're on crystal. They can make that leap.
Damn. That was good, actually. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot.
don't-
Not gonna lie.
I want to, but like, that's good. That's good. That's pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But speaking of
Oh,
industry
man.
relations,
I mean, God, like to talk about relationships.
Well, no, you were
and
talking about
to
nurture-
have it go directly into drug use. It
it's
really does
pretty-
feel like an industry relationship.
No, that's exactly where it goes, because industry relations after 2 a.m. usually is introducing some drug use.
Yeah, I mean they're all toxic for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing
But
good happens at the
sometimes industry relations get nurtured a little bit too much,
Mm.
because
Mm.
I feel like I've been dealing with some issues. I wouldn't call them issues. I think it's fun, and I like watching it play out in real time when industry relations at the job grow into people actually.
Screen froze.
Oh, the screen froze.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Roll.
Can you look at that camera there and tell me what's happening there? Yeah. Nothing? Okay, that's what
Okay.
happened.
Is that one still running? Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
We didn't put the phones on focus.
Focus?
Touche. We're like, do
Oh.
not disturb type of shit.
Oh, it's
That's why I paused like 20 minutes ago, because I was like, oh, we didn't put them on focus and we started recording.
Oh,
I didn't think anyone would hit me up. I was wrong.
damn. Well, that sucks.
No, this was been running the whole time.
You were okay. Yeah, no, I know. But that.
what were you gonna say?
What were you saying? You were introducing us to.
Oh no, I know how to punch back in.
Yeah. Punch back in.
Oh, right now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, bet. Yeah, no, people are nurturing relationships a little bit.
You just had to reset.
People need to nurture. People have been nurturing relationships a little bit too much, because then I'm at work as I'm seeing relationships form, which is beautiful and lovely. Although, like when you're in the middle of service and it's just like, yo, I just asked for that wine. Can you get me that wine? I know you guys just became lovers like a week ago, and you guys want to like flirt and like and tell like this customer about your newfound love. Just bring me that goddamn Cabernet, please, so I can like sell it to the fucking server that's asking me for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that. So I'm working around that. Cool. But then of course, as what happens, because you know, you're working with, you know, we're all a bunch of young people in a fast-paced environment, and a lot of things happen really fast, and those relationships break apart. And now those people that couldn't like keep their hands off of each other, they have to be on opposite sides of the fucking bar, because they can't stand each other. And so it's just been interesting seeing these relationships like form, and then break apart, and then how that affects the environment, because behind the bar, you're just working with each other and you're depending on each other
Yeah.
to get through the shift.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like, you know, just relying on each other. And so when people have like these like issues with each other that are so strong, and it just kind of like fucks up like the whole flow of the evening.
But you got to put the money first above like anything else. Like
You
the money
should.
gotta come. fucking
One
first.
should, but
Money comes first, then you.
No, yes, especially when it's my money and I ain't got shit to do with y'all relationship. But you just see situations all the time where it's like, all right, cool. Like they're just on opposite sides of the bar, and I don't know. I'm kind of an instigator, so like I kind of do.
I love instigating.
I love instigating, so it's just kind of like, oh my, excuse me. Oh my God, I'm like really busy. Can you go over there by your ex and like get that wine for me? Like it's just like oh my God, I'm so busy.
I can't get it. I got all these
can't
tickets.
get it. Can you do that? And then and then you could just like
See them
watch
shuffling
Oh my
over
God,
there.
the shuffle.
Damn.
And it's like only so much room, so you can't shuffle but so much.
Yeah.
Like you gotta interact. Oh, and then like then they're
Behind.
yeah. The
Behind.
passive aggressive behind. Are you gonna move or no? And then it's,
Opening the fridge and accidentally him. Oh, my bad. I said
oh,
behind.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you there.
good?
Yeah. There's no you good. Like they know.
Like, oh, my bad.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
fault.
yeah.
It's not a real apology. You're just saying, oh, my bad.
God, it's
My bad.
delicious. The instigating is delicious, but but it's just awkward because like we gotta work with each other around people
Your
that
bullshit.
they're bullshit.
Mhm.
But like working around people that are exes and such, and God bless. Like life happens, relationships happen, and they break apart. That's just a part of life. But again, it's the money at the end of the day, and it's like we got to make the shit happen.
Do you need help over there? No. Okay. Do you? I can. Yeah, I can reset it. I think I know what's wrong. It's easier if I do it. If you want to tap in, you want. No, where? No, the source. Did you check preset and everything on that box and all that? Yeah. So that's why you want to tap in and I can fix it real quick. I didn't know that we were relationships.
Industry and otherwise.
I didn't have anything
To add to that,
To add to that,
I
you
noticed
hit
it when I
everything on
talked
the-
for 10
I
minutes
know
straight.
you hit it on the nose, and I didn't want to interrupt you because you
Oh.
were going on such a good tangent.
No, I just yeah. Have you had to work with people that are
Have I?
in a situation? Because it's a little bit different than when people are hooking up. People are hooking up. It's kind of like, all right, whatever. Like I think people know the deal when they're like hooking up, and it's just kind of like, all right, we can leave that drama at the door. But like when it's developing into something that they're like trying to build towards something real and all that, and then it's just like, oh shit, like you guys really are just like so cocoa lovey and all that type of stuff. And then when you see it deteriorate, and you're like, oh, that sucks. Can you just hand me the fucking wine? I don't care like what's
I
going
need
on.
glassware.
We just need the glassware. And I know you have to go past that person you hate so much right now, but I just want to make this fucking money.
Sometimes it's not about hating the person. Sometimes it's about being right.
It feels really specific, as if you have something to say to this, Fernando.
Oh yeah, no, I have plenty to say to it. Sorry guys, I was doing something else for a moment. Yeah, sometimes you don't, even if you're the person who's a part of that, you don't even know what's going on with the other person. And it isn't so much that you hate them or they hate you, it's just that someone's got to be right. Someone's got to be right. And then when you also have coworkers who choose sides,
Then it becomes civil war.
yeah, yeah,
Civil
It
War.
becomes civil war. Yeah.
Avengers Civil War, not American Civil War. Go on.
Yeah, like you see it, and then you got to dig in even more,
Yeah.
So a lot of times it does just come down to who wants to be right, because whoever wants to be right during the either eventual reconciliation or the full split, that's who has the power in the conversation.
The one that has been proven to be right.
Right.
The
And
one
the
that-
one who has more people on their side.
Right. That was about to say.
So
the one that's
then
convinced more people.
the
that
whole
are
thing
right.
where you're like, oh, hand me the wine, is like, well, I'm not the one who didn't hand you the wine before. And I know this motherfucker don't be handing wine to anybody, because they didn't hand me shit last week before
Oh
we
my
broke up.
God.
That. and it just turns into that little bit of shit, and then it could take like one conversation. The next thing you know, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I definitely could have handed you that wine.
Could just handed me the wine.
I could have,
but like
I could have done that restock.
The petty
run
is
that
at such
drink.
a high level
Yeah,
that
gotta be right.
you gotta be right.
You just have to be.
And you let it fuck up your money.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta be right, bro.
I don't know,
Who you
man.
gonna spend that money on?
When it comes to being right or making money, it's like
Oh no, I agree with
it's
you.
like right there, but
Yeah.
making money just
So you're
slightly.
using logic, and I just feel like there's not a lot of place for logic.
Well, what
You're
I'm
just
saying
like-
is that sometimes one of the people will be thinking about it the exact way that you are.
Yeah.
And all it takes is the other person to be thinking about it from the opposite side of, no, I need to be right.
yeah,
You know, I can speak for myself being on both sides, even in the same relationship. I've spent the last year going back and forth between that, you know, like the people who know me know that. But after a while, you just have to kind of ask yourself, is it worth being right to lose the paycheck
right.
and to lose your reputation and to lose what people think about you because of some negative interaction that they see between you and an ex or another coworker who happens to be on your ex's side or something like that?
Yeah,
Because a lot of times we think that the guest who is just sitting there,
it's
they're
oblivious.
not, they don't know what's going
You
on.
think
And
they're
they
not.
could know everything that's going on just
Dude.
from watching you.
I can speak to that
Yeah.
very specifically with this motherfucker. Oh my God. There was this one night when me and my homie Tequila Chris, we came to Shoe.
We got to get him a different name. He's asked me for it. We just got to find one for you.
Sorry,
man. I'm
we're
sorry. It's got to
working
come
on it.
naturally.
But yes, we came to Shoe and we were so happy to see Fernando. I think it had been like a while since we had both
Oh, yeah, I
that
remember
we had
night.
hung
Yeah.
out, that me and
Yeah.
Tequila Chris had hung out, and then also that we hung out at Shoe and saw Fernando. And something was going on. We had no idea what was going on.
I was working service.
Oh, here we go. This is what was going on, P.
I was working
Wait for
service,
this.
And me and the person that I used to date had not had a comfortable conversation. We didn't have a good exit interview. I'll say it that way.
Yes.
And we were
Also,
not getting
blanket
along.
statement. This is no.
Yeah, no,
There's
just
no negative.
No.
Just
We're
like
not-
at the
we're-
time, things
yeah.
were just in a bad
Yeah,
situation.
no, we're cool.
Yes,
We're
yes,
cool. We're
yes.
absolutely cool,
Cool. I
now.
just wanna make sure that's
we're
known.
professional. Everything's fine.
Yes.
At the moment, though,
On that note, on
yeah.
that fucking night.
yeah, very unprofessional on both sides.
But and the thing was,
Yeah.
I had no idea that things were in a bad place.
Right.
So he was on the service, and mind you, most times when I know he's on service, I'll go to one of the other bartenders. But I think he had a lull and like tickets, and so I was like, oh, Fernando can make my drinks, cool.
Yeah.
And he knows what I usually drink. He knows what Tequila Chris usually drinks. So we just like went to him. And it's like and we were like happy to see him. It was Friday night. We were getting lit. I'm off of work. It was just like all of that. This motherfucker had the piss poor attitude, like to the point, and it was just like, here you go. And we're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you so much.
I still remember what Chris says. He said, can I get a something? And he said, I literally looked up and said, maybe.
Yeah.
Just looked back down. That's it.
It-
Like, stone
yeah.
face just said maybe.
It was one of those.
And,
This
yeah.
is literally what we did. We got our drinks. We kind of like stayed by the bar for like maybe a minute, and then we realized he wasn't really engaging, wasn't trying to interact. I think we grabbed our drinks and just kind of like pulled back from the bar a little bit, and amongst ourselves, I was literally I was like, did I piss him off? Like, did I do something? Like, it was one of those things where I was like, damn, this is my homie. And then I think it was like, I don't know, a couple of days or whatever, like we checked in and like I got the context for like what was going on. But like, yeah, like he like, yeah, it was fucking up his money. Because it was fucking like if we weren't homies, I would have been like, never going back to this motherfucker again.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
This dude is
yeah.
no, he was grumpy that
It's
night.
definitely one of those things you run the risk of when you
But like
cross that
speaking
boundary.
to like the point in terms of like working with that, do you have you gotten feedback on like coworkers talking about how it has affected like you working behind the bar with them?
No, because to be honest, the way that the venue is kind of, I don't know, like the way the venue kind of operates.
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone kind of does their own thing.
Nah, it's more so like everyone wants to stay out of it, but they want the chisme, so they listen as much as they can. But
who doesn't love cheese?
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Everyone
But
loves cheese.
but it's one of those where they're like, well, with me, I tend to be a little bit more on the quieter side, so they know they're not going to get as much out of me. And not to say anything about the other person, it's just they were like, all right, well, he's just going to do his job. They're just going to do their job, and we'll mostly not side with this person, but the way that this person's job is, like them working the job code that they are and their personality, well, we're going to see them more and talk to them more anyway.
Right.
We don't have to talk to him.
Right.
And he's just going to do his thing. So they just kind of let me do my thing. And then eventually we sat down and had a conversation and we were cool. So
Yeah.
everyone just expected things to go back to normal eventually.
Bet.
And therefore they did, which was very appreciative.
Right.
And again, that's just one of those things that you run the risk of it before you like cross that boundary and everything, but you also don't know. You don't just know how it's going to affect you as far as that person. Sometimes it could be something else that happens that day at the job. Because as me and Chris have had that conversation about that night, because we've talked about it like once or twice.
Right.
And I told him, I was like, it wasn't just my interaction with that other person. It was also work. Like work was already stressing me out.
Right.
Money was low. That night I was working service. So I'm just supposed to be working service, just working production. And if you're working production and you're thinking, oh, it's a Friday night, the other 2 stations or 3 stations, whatever, they're going to be busy enough that I should just be able to be working production.
Yeah, they're going to handle it.
I thought that's what was going to happen that day. And that particular day, it was like, oh, I wasn't just working production.
No, yeah.
I was working the entire wood while working production.
Yeah.
I'll just say it that way. Like,
yeah.
But
been there before.
Okay, cool. I got to do that. But then you have this other thing. And then eventually you just like, what happened for me that night was I just got to a point where let me just shut it down. Shut all emotion down. Let me just do whatever. Let me just zone out. And then that's why when Chris asked me that question, I was like, could he get a drink? I was like, maybe, because in my mind, I'm thinking about the tickets that I just finished tickets, but I had like 20 minutes of doing tickets and taking drink orders and feeling tired and it's hot as fuck and all this other stuff is going on. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to give you a drink, but I'm also covering the person next to me who they're dealing with their stuff. Like, they weren't feeling as good that day. They had their own personal things going on. So they needed me to help them, but I wasn't as full as I needed to be able to cover that slack. Yeah. And for them, if they're used to working next to someone who always can cover for them no matter what, and that happens to be the day that you can't cover, the whole fucking thing can fall apart. And that was what happened to me that night. And I remember that interaction because I think it was either Chris or you asked me like, yo, did I do something good? And I was like, oh, I got to snap the fuck out of this. It was you. I was like, oh, if it's affecting y'all that much, I got to snap out of it. And so that's what
I remember like, I was like really in my head. I was like, I was in my head. Damn. Like, no, for real. Cause like this is Fernando. Like he's the homie. Yeah. And so I was like, damn, like, and then like, it was even like cause I think something that happened where like, 2 girls that come up and like just talking with them and like I was like, oh, I think he can take care of your order. They were like waiting for someone else because the other person was busy and taking a while. And I was like, I think he can take your order. But then here's like just a completely side thing. When someone kind of offers you the opportunity to get to the front of the line and get your drink order, don't come with the complicated shit.
Yes.
Ooh. That's what happened. And then I felt bad because it was one of those things where like I introduced her to Fernando. Oh, this is Fernando. I think Fernando can get your drink for you. Yeah. And then it became like a whole ordeal, I think. Oh shit, it's coming back to me now. Because I think a bartender on the other side had made something for a martini or something and she didn't like the way he made it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, well, Fernando here, I think he can make it for you, And then she had an issue with the way you made it. I was like, well, bitch, you don't know what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Or like, you just don't.
Yeah,
You don't, you've gone to two
We've
bartenders.
made it 2 different ways.
And like, these are 2 really good fucking bartenders.
Right.
And neither one of them are making the thing to like your whatever.
Based off of what you've asked for.
Yeah.
And that's what our job is.
Yeah.
We're supposed to provide you what you asked for in the way that you asked for it.
And at that point, I'm just like, bitch, give me your specs. What are
Yeah.
your specs for this goddamn
what are you
drink?
looking for?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you need?
Yeah. I don't know.
I
Well,
just
like the
want a
way they
little
made it at
bit
this one
bit.
dive bar I went to, like it just seemed like it had more alcohol.
Well,
in
the
it.
way I made it at home,
Yeah.
I could really taste the vodka.
Oh my
no
god.
shit.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
shit, you can taste the vodka.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No,
Come
I
on,
don't
man.
get tired.
Come on,
I
man.
never get tired as annoying as it is. I never get tired of telling people that you're not supposed to taste it when they say, "Well, I can't really taste the tequila." Yeah, oh, is there enough vodka in here? Can I get? No, I'm like, you're not supposed to.
Nah.
It's a balance. Excuse me.
Ooh, there you go. Hey now.
Yeah. I was like, it's a balanced cocktail. You're not supposed to taste it.
Yeah.
And then after me being an asshole on that part, I'm like, well, if you want to taste it more, you can get a tequila soda. You'll taste it there.
Or pay for double, or get a booze forward
double.
cocktail like a
Mhm.
Manhattan or old
There
fashioned.
are cocktails. There are ways for you to taste the alcohol. Or do a shot and have a chaser. Make your
Yeah.
own cocktail, I guess.
Yeah.
There's your own, build your cocktail right
But
there.
a
You know what I-
margarita, you're
Yeah.
not
Build
or-
a booze.
If you
That's a title right there. That's the title.
Oh god. Oh shit. Yo.
Build a booze
Yo,
workshop.
we're selling Build a Booze Workshop. Oh,
That might be my second shirt.
oh my god. You want to build a booze?
Here's a shot of the chaser.
wow.
Oh man.
Go crazy.
That's the new Boilermaker, low key. Like fuck. Oh god. No, that was good. Yo, I'll give you that one. I'll
Thank
give you.
you.
That one. I'll give you that
Yeah,
one.
thank you,
That-
thank you.
You want to build a booze? Bitch?
Oh.
What the fuck?
But speaking of relationships, I'm just gonna use this moment to just. I'm gonna use this moment
Yo,
just to
our
like,
segues
completely-
today have
yeah.
been fucking wild, and I'm here for all of them.
I'm just gonna use this moment where you're all stunned. It's kind of funny.
Oh,
to
hat backward. Let's go.
Yeah, like, what
it's
the
kind
fuck?
of funny to watch people fumble.
Oh,
behind the bar
1,000%.
when they're at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm gonna pass. It's like you should have just ran. You should have just ran. There was an
Give an
instance-
example.
I will
Name
last week-
names.
I don't know their names.
Okay.
But last weekend, I was at the bar, seeing these 2 individuals hit it off. They were dancing. They started making out. Sorry, I got to burp again. Excuse me. And yeah, he was in there. He was in there, and I think probably literally because she was wearing like a skirt, and they were grabbing each other. And his hand kind of disappeared somewhere on some. I don't know. Maybe he actually was literally in
Oh,
there.
it appeared somewhere else.
Maybe. And they were like against the bar
Not
making
maybe.
out and this and that. So security told him like, yo, like back off and go do that somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they did. Kept dancing, mingling and shit. And then she went to the bathroom with her girls, I think, and then came back to talk to him again.
Ooh.
And then she was gone. And then he went back to talk to his boys. And I talked to security. I was like, did you see that man just fumble there? It's like, what do you mean? I was like, the people you kicked off. I was like, he's right there. They were swapping spit. Hands disappeared. And you just let her go home? And then he brought up something that made sense to me because they were both young looking. He's like, well, they probably didn't have anywhere to go. It's like, oh, he's like,
Or-
yeah, he probably lives with his parents or she lives with her parents and they probably didn't drive here. It's like, oh, damn. So you couldn't even fucking
Or
score
she
if you
has a
wanted.
boyfriend.
Or that too. But it was
Right.
just funny because he was right there. And then he fucking fumbled because he
There's so many ways it could have gone. Because
He
like
might not have fumbled. It might have been somebody else's ball.
to begin with. Yeah.
Just saying. All right.
But yeah,
insane,
as soon as you told me like she went to the bathroom with the girls, I'm just like,
Yeah, I'm
that
like,
can
that's
go a
it.
lot of different ways. Like, I mean, yeah, the girls could have hyped her up and been like, yo, he's the one. Like, you should
I don't know.
But most times
I've
it's
been
not.
on the other end.
Most
of that.
times it's not.
When the girls
Though.
step in, it's like, all right, I'm
Like, if you
I
like-
might as well just leave. I might as well leave the venue.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't come
Yeah.
into cock block. She was just like, oh,
that
hold
we
on.
know of.
Well, they didn't. The group didn't come in to take her away. She was like, I don't know what they said, but when two girls, they went to the bathroom afterwards,
Right.
and then came back, and they were still like
what do you
making
think
out.
the
I
bathroom
don't
break was?
fucking
Like
know.
splashing water on his face. Like, bitch,
Yeah.
do you know who you were just making out with?
You got a
Come on,
boy
man.
at home. He's
Yeah,
really.
there's so many different ways that could have
It's
gone.
so crazy.
Let's
It's
at least
almost
be
like
honest
we
about
wish
it.
we could have like a female like voice here to kind of like
know.
speak
If
to.
only we had more female voices on this show.
Yeah, to kind of speak to,
A lot of times
it. Or
people
even
say
just
they
one in
wanna
the
be on
room
the
that just
show.
had a mic that could
Yeah.
actually just be speaking.
Everybody want to
to
be on the show, but don't everybody want to be on the show.
But like, without like trying to fill in some context here, it's still this happens a lot where you see these. I'm just gonna say guys where they're there, and I want to say like they have the go ahead to take the party back to their house, but they insist on staying until the lights come on, and then they go their separate. I see that plenty of times with other people that meet up and make out and dance, and then when they get outside, they're like, "All right, well, see you later. I guess I have your Instagram." It's like, bro, why didn't you leave before
That
the lights
voice is
came on?
crazy, but yeah.
Because
no.
that's what I
That's
envision.
exactly
Like
how
you're
it
a
sounds.
fucking doofus. Like,
Yeah.
why did you not
Damn,
leave
not a
at
doofus.
1:00 before the lights came on? At 12:45, you were making out. She was grinding on you.
Like you've
That's-
basically
she was
found the person
giving you
for the
all
night.
the signals
Yeah,
and signs.
they're giving you
Like,
rhythm.
that's the time to
Yeah.
say, hey, I got some food at the house.
Yeah.
You hungry? Whatever it is you got to say to get that person home. But no, you wanted to wait until the party was over. For whatever your reason is, fine, whatever. But that's why you're going home in the Uber by yourself or with your boys instead of with the person you were clearly interested in. And I see those fumbles a lot, and it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Because I don't
I know
know
it's
what in their brain is
hilarious.
telling them to stay till the end of the night.
Yeah.
Go. You got what you
Yeah.
came for. Fucking go.
Yeah.
Take the ball and run.
Bruh.
The end zone's over
Get the
there.
fuck out of here, man.
And then you
The
find-
Get the fuck
Fuck.
out of here. You're not supposed
Why
to
are you in
stay
a
till the
huddle?
Party's over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's funny, but also frustrating.
You gotta leave before the lights turn on, and then you look like
Yeah.
a cockroach.
Yeah. Because then that's when all the
Get
friends
the
come
fuck
together, like,
out
so,
of here, bro.
Oh yeah.
Get
that's
yeah,
out.
like
huge.
cockroaches, and then fucking everybody's
Yeah.
friends.
Well, no, I'm just thinking about when the friends come through.
It's like, so what are we gonna
Then
do?
it feels like,
Oh,
what are we doing? It's like, well, I was talking to him, and I just
Because then
thought
if
that-
they all
Yeah.
come back to your place, now it's like, well, now
Yeah.
you got it to host all
Oh
these
no,
people.
I'm
and
not.
it's just-
I'm not trying to host a
Yeah.
group. Like, it's just.
but you
yeah.
waited too long.
Yeah.
Now the coach got to come in and come up with a play. I'm
Well,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm just.
Well, no. It's a little bit different over here. Not over here, but like at Redacted because like it's just a bar. So like I'm just seeing people just get hit on at the bar, and you see it happen where like clearly like it's solo girl, solo guy, or like one of the two of them is there with a friend, and so they start hitting it off, and it's just like and you can see the connection happening, and because it's not super late night with music and a lot more alcohol fueling it, they don't get to like just swap and spit on a dance floor necessarily, but you see the chemistry like bonding and forming, and it's just like, oh man, like it looks like they're over there, and like I'll go over there and check up and like, you guys good? And it's like, no, we're good. And I'm just like, oh man, it's like, oh, okay, cool, like this is going good. Or at a certain point, like he'll just be like, oh yo, get her next round on me, or like get her a shot, or get her and her friend a shot, or something like that. And I was like, oh, this is going really, really well. And then it doesn't seem to kind of like go anywhere from that, because like you said, like they just fumble the ball, and you're just like, I don't know. And like I don't want to be I don't want to be the guy to go over like, bro, what the fuck did happen? Like how did that not go anywhere? But you see it happen a lot, and it is also hilarious.
Part of me
like,
did want to ask that guy what happened, but he
Yeah.
didn't come back to order another drink, so I didn't ask.
well, the funny part is a lot of times for me, it's just like I'm the person ringing in every round. So now I'm just like, you've invested.
And now I'm invested because I want to know what happened.
Well, no.
What happened?
He invested money. Like he's invested like 3 rounds into her and her friend. The friend is just a +1, and you've been investing, X amount of dollars in these rounds for them, and clearly paying for drinks does not equal that
No, it
something is
absolutely
insured.
not.
That's not what we're saying.
No.
But It's like you've invested in building up rapport and building up a connection, and it seems like she was giving you rhythm too, and you just let them go off to shoot to Fight Club for the night.
You sent them off somewhere else, and now somebody else is gonna.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You sent them off somewhere else, and now they have a lot more alcohol, and now they're like kind of in a mood to like dance and stuff like that. And why you didn't follow them to Fight Club or wherever else?
Fumbled, somebody picked it up, and now
but like you literally you've lubricated them for some other situation to drive it home. And it's just like literally you've paid for 3 rounds of lubrication. Like for what? For someone else to
slide in?
Not rounds.
Slide in.
To slide in. I was trying to not drive the innuendo home. 3 rounds of lubrication.
Prepaid lubrication.
Prepaid lubrication.
That's why.
Now, can you imagine you being at Fight Club and someone came in 3 rounds of lubricated up?
I mean, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, but it also reminds me of something that happened last night, which I think kind of leans more into what I had kind of suggested earlier than what you're suggesting now, because I had 2 people come into the bar, or it was 3 people, but it was 2 women and 1 guy. And one of the women just goes immediately to the restroom, and then the other one stays at the bar with the dude.
Okay.
She was extremely attractive, and so I could tell that the guy was there mostly trying to talk to her.
Right.
And then they ordered their round of drinks, and so I'm making drinks, and when the other woman comes back, I look up and see them come back, and I'm like, oh, I know them. It's someone we used to work with.
Oh.
And I just remember the energy I saw from those 2 while they were gone, and then when they came back, you could tell the guy was like really interested in the other woman.
Right.
But then the conversation went towards the relationship that they're in. The woman, she's with someone else, and apparently it's not going too well, and so therefore they're feeling how they're feeling. And the other friend who was was my mutual friend as well. Right. Was trying to help them process it and everything. Of course, over drinks turns into almost crying at the bar,
of
which
course
you don't want to see, but you don't want to see it because you don't want the other person to feel exactly. You don't want them feeling uncomfortable either, though. So you want to try to be there for them as much as you can, but you're the bartender. You got to mind your own business, so you don't want to join in. But you also hear like what this person's going through, and then you feel really bad for them, and you don't even know who they are, but you hear like, oh man, this person's in this relationship that they're giving all these things and not getting things in return.
Yeah.
Who's to say that the interaction between her and that other guy was different at the first venue they were at? Because he paid for their round of drinks. He paid for the people next to them their round of drinks. Nice. Through the conversation, it sounded like they were at Redacted. I don't know. But, here he is supplying the good time. He's lubricating the good time, as you say.
Lubricating
yeah.
the good time. Yeah.
But at the end of the night, they left him at the bar. They said thank you, and they appreciated hanging out with him, and they appreciated his time. But you could tell from the energy from when they first sat down or when they first came in, his goal was I need to get her number. I feel like I'm close.
Got you.
I'm trying to close the deal. Her friend goes to the bathroom. This is my opportunity to talk to her. It looked like it was working. But then eventually it just completely flipped. So again, sometimes it's not fumbling. Sometimes it's not your game. That's not your touchdown to actually score. It's not your ball. People have so many things going on. Like maybe they're talking to you because they like you in that moment, but it could be that you're more of a supplemental happiness for them right now. Like, oh, I'm allowing you to provide a happiness that the person who's supposed to be providing it to me is not providing. And then you could end up paying for those drinks and lubricating them to stay in a relationship for 6 more months that they shouldn't be in.
Oh my God.
That's not where I planned for that to go, but that's where it ended.
So depressing.
So seeing that happen last night, and the person who was at the bar, we found out later today, is someone who was accomplished, who you think oh, they wouldn't be feeling that kind of way. And it's like, it doesn't matter what stage you're at.
Oh, yeah, for
You
sure.
could still be getting mistreated by the person that you're living your life with and committing yourself to. And that's why they find that so funny, because they don't commit to anyone.
Well, no, I was gonna ask a clarifying question. You said the three of them came together, like the two women and the guy.
Yes.
They all
They
three of
came
them,
in together. They knew each other
Oh,
from
okay.
whatever. I thought they were all friends. And
But, like, they
then
had
when
met
she went
elsewhere.
to, so they met somewhere else.
That night.
Because when they left, they were
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh, thank you. Nice to meet you. And thank you for the drinks.
Oh,
And so
wow.
he sat there and took like one more sip of his drink and was like, all right, I guess I'll get out of here. And I could see the defeat on his face because he felt like he fumbled the ball. I was like, it wasn't yours to fumble. You weren't going to get anywhere, no matter what.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes just the best you can do is plant the seed, I suppose.
Sometimes the best you can do is just enjoy the moment.
Just enjoy.
And if you have another one afterwards, great. But if not, just enjoy that instead of thinking about what could have happened.
Sure.
Just be happy with what did happen. You had a good conversation. You got to meet someone. You had a good time. Focus on that. It shouldn't just always be about the end result. Sometimes the end result is the thing you're doing in that moment.
Yeah. Enjoy the journey, not the destination.
Yes.
That's fair.
Wow. That was deep.
That's
Yeah.
the question.
I got nothing else.
That was deep. That was depressing. And that is how we'll leave you this week, I guess.
Don't forget, y'all, August 29th, like I said at the beginning, at 7 p.m. at the Alamo Draft House.
Didn't we have a good segue for that earlier?
No, we did because
No, we talked about it off camera is what I'm saying.
Oh,
We had
did we?
talked about it off camera, like we had a good segue and I lost it.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
So I guess you should just be there
August
on August
29th.
29th.
no, August 29th.
At 7
It's going
p.m.
fucking down. Can we sound a little bit more excited about this? Like, yo, August 29th. We're going to be at the fucking Alamo Draft House doing our live podcast. Everybody should be there.
Yeah, you definitely should.
But also make sure you RSVP and get tickets online at the link below.
And if just check out our Instagram, it's also there too.
Yes,
It's on our link tree, right?
can be.
It will be now.
Once this comes out, it will be.
Yes,
so it'll
absolutely.
be on our link tree on our Instagram page.
Yes.
Eventbrite. It's free. You just got to RSVP.
Yeah.
Didn't mean that for that to rhyme.
Well, you're kind of a rapper in your own right. Mhm.
Yeah, with our guest Chef Victor Ramos.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Shout out to Chef Vic, man.
Shout
That'll
out.
be fun.
Yeah.
And,
Appreciate him coming on for that.
The Sprite. Despite our voices right now, we are mad
We're
excited
so
about
excited.
We're actually super amped about this.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
No,
like
we
we
do
are
that as-
fucking amped to get
we
people
are.
to see
Yeah.
our fans that because we've been seeing everything grow over the last year or so.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time we actually get to touch the people consensually,
Huh?
and we just
Oh yeah, that's right. Because that's what they consent to when they get those free tickets.
when I get those free tickets. Ow!
Everything comes with a price.
Right now, got weird. But yeah, it's just going to be really fun to actually see our fans in person, come out,
Yeah.
come just watch us do what we do live, and we get to meet you get to meet us, we get to interact, and just see just see each other,
And we'll all
honestly.
grab a drink afterwards.
and we will
Yes.
all grab a drink afterwards. Where? Who knows?
Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
Fight Club.
You guys get to find out where Fight Club is if you didn't know before.
Yeah, if you come to August 29th, you get to find out about Fight Club because that's
Yeah.
when I'll be quitting.
Oh shit! He announced it
Spoiler
on-
alert.
on the pod. He
Spoiler
announced
Yeah. I'm either my last weekend's either the weekend before or the weekend of, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more Fight Club after that for sure. Absolutely.
August 29th. 7
And then we're gonna talk about Fight Club.
p.m. Might
We
have to
will talk
bring
about Fight Club.
Nick back so he can.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
we
we
gotta
can,
bring Nick
yeah.
back. But Tristan's got to be the first one to talk about Fight Club. He's already RSVP'd on that episode.
Okay.
He's
Hell yeah.
not playing. We got some stuff
Oh
to
shit!
say.
All right,
Yeah,
well, shit,
yeah, for sure.
shit to look forward to.
Absolutely.
But thank you guys for joining us
Of course.
on this other episode of the podcast. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
are
sorry.
you coming up with a closer?
Yeah, I don't know.
You
I was,
coming up
it
with
was
a
about the
closing tag?
freestyle one.
We
Yeah,
should get a closing.
I don't know. I
tag.
was thinking about one. Anyway, we'll freestyle it. I'll workshop it. Yeah,
Okay.
You'll
Cool.
fork shop it.
I'll workshop it.
Oh,
All right.
does that
Well,
mean you're gonna hire a white woman
A white woman
to work shop it?
to workshop with some cool whip. But actually, cool whip and white woman doesn't really go together because white and whip just feels very
Stop.
slavery.
Please.
And I don't really like
I
any
beg
of that.
your pardon?
And yeah, now I sound like Foghorn Leghorn, and it's just really going bad there. And this is what happens when you listen to the very end of the podcast. We just get a little weird and a little loopy.
That's
But
it's not.
okay.
There's the thing. There we go. Yep.
There's the bell. Gotta go, guys.
Yep.
Love you so much. Next week on The Industry Perspective. Yeah.